Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at Dedra Meero from Andor from the Vintage Collection. So look at the image first on there, a nice scratch across the front there, and just other little scuffs and marks, which seems to be a bit of a theme lately with Hasbro Pulse. A lot of the cards I've had recently are covered in what almost looks like fluff, but then it doesn't come off, and that is a little sort of scratch across there. So it doesn't really matter to me. I'm opening this up, but if I was, if I wasn't going to open it, that would be quite annoying. So yeah, the image on there, pretty decent, I guess. It shows the character. So yeah, and I'm a fan of this character. I think she's awesome, and I love the show. So looking forward to, spoilers, seeing more of her in season 2. If you haven't seen season 1, you definitely should, because it's probably my favourite thing Disney have put out, Star Wars wise. I think it's great. And yeah, there's sort of a first little look at the figure. It's looking decent. On the back there, a bit of information there, VC346. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this opened up. Okay, so straight off of the card, out of the plastic, here is the figure. And I don't know if the camera's doing it much justice, because the lighting kind of looks a bit funny. But yeah, that face sculpt is pretty great, especially like the further you are away, where it's going to be displayed and stuff. But even up close, it holds up well, which is nice, because the last figure I did was Anakin, and that was a major disappointment. So especially sometimes I've noticed in the past with sort of female characters, they seem to get it very wrong, in particular. So this is nice. I think that looks great. The sculpt on the body, I don't know if this has been reused. You'll have to let me know. Like I said, I don't really do a lot of research. If I see a figure and it's a character I like and the figure looks somewhat decent, I'll get it. But I don't know. I know there's conversations about, especially when you get Imperial officers, like with Cal Kestis and stuff before, if they've reused the same sculpts. I don't know if they would have. I mean, we've probably had female officers before, I would imagine, at some point in this uniform. But yeah, I think the sculpt looks pretty spot on. The legs, they look quite big, quite long. I don't know if they're in proportion or not. There's a little bit of plastic coming off the back there, which is great. Oh, it's just come off. Great. Yeah, there had to be something. But yeah, that face sculpt is great. I think that's one of the most important things, that and paint applications, which, looking over this figure, they look sort of in the lines. I think the hair is relatively spot on there. I'm not sure. It's almost like if you look very closely, they've maybe missed just the edge of there, but that's just being very nitpicky. And there's a car alarm going off now. No, it stopped. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Like I said, the legs, I don't know if it's the baggy trousers, they look a bit big, but those boots look huge, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know if this is a reused sculpt or not, but I'm pretty pleased with that. And then we have a pistol there, which we'll sort of, I guess, yeah, stick in this hand, because this has got the trigger finger here. So we'll just pop that in there. That sits very nicely in there. So yeah, yeah, we'll just do some quick final thoughts, I think. Okay, so some quick final thoughts with this figure. I think it's very good. I'm not sure if the proportions are right. Looking at it, it still looks a little bit off to me. But I don't know if that's just me. Let me know if you agree, if you are watching this. Yeah, but awesome show. So I had to get the character, and she is awesome in the show. So I'm glad this one turned out all right, especially after the disappointment of the last video I did. Yeah, this is a pretty solid figure. There's probably not much else to say other than, like I said, if you haven't watched the show, which I imagine if you are watching this, you probably have, but if you haven't, go and watch it, because it is very good. looking forward to seeing more of this character in the future. So yeah, I'll probably just leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on anything really. It doesn't have to be this figure. I like interacting with everyone. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.